Hi, I'd like to thank you all for joining me for the very first episode of the Alexander Hayes Show. This is episode 1. I know a few of you are going to be asking me, Alexander, why a podcast? Aren't there too many of them now? I could give you the short answer, which is, I just had way too many lovely old ladies and a lovely old gentleman tell me I had a voice for radio, and since it's dead, I figure, hey, why not throw my hat into the podcast pool? Probably not the actual case. I think I have a unique perspective on what I think a gentleman should be to get the best out of themselves from my own unique experiences and outlooks on life. I feel like there's a space for someone who's going to look through more of a centric lens on how a man should be or should not be, because you see a lot of stuff in like the red pill community where it's like you need to have 17 girls, they need to make you 17 cups of coffee every morning, they need to only be loyal to you, but you can have 18 other women in your life. And we all know this is all BS and it's just going to basically breed mass amounts of jealousy. As let's be honest, it's going to be really hard for someone, or let's say it's going to be impossible for you to enjoy and appreciate 17 people equally. You're going to have some that you like more than others, which isn't going to necessarily be fair to all 17, even if they say it is. And part B, we all want to find that one person we really just want to grow old with. And on the flip side, you have I think too many podcasts where it's like, no, you need to connect with her on like, let her know how you feel and your inner emotions. And you need to connect with each other, and you need to paint your nails with each other. And it's just like, no, dude, like, be a man. So anyways, I'm going to try and find somewhere in the middle and not quite as outrageous. With that being said, I do not plan on being a dating podcast, and I actually am going to talk more fashion. And kind of how what you wear attracts and how it affects your general attraction and perception by women, business, just in general. I'm gonna be more in that lens. And with that being said, I'm going to get into what I want to talk about with you guys today, which is going to be kind of what a gentleman should wear on a first date, kind of based on scene, scenario, or even what a guy should be wearing when he's out with the boys and they're having a good time, and maybe him and a few of his other friends are single and they're looking to attract a few different women and see what's out there in the world. It's hard to believe, but I still believe that probably exists in 2023. So getting right into it, I think the safest, best first date option, especially if you're doing kind of the cliche, not that there's anything wrong with it, nice restaurant dinner date, you want to show her that you're successful, you can take her to a nice restaurant, have a good time, split a bottle of wine. I didn't mean to rhyme. I think a t-shirt, sport jacket, jeans, pair of sneakers, loafers, or like a half boot is really the best option. I think wearing a sport coat for that date is almost paramount, because I think boys, if you were to ask most women, they would say you look best in a sport coat. It just makes you look more sophisticated. It gives you a level of success even if you haven't achieved it. So it just genuinely all the way around makes you look more attractive. Now, I know some people are going to say, well, I don't want to intimidate her or be too over the top or look like I'm trying too hard. In the end, it's the first date. Like, she knows you're trying. You just made a reservation at a place that's going to cost you $200 for dinner. She knows you're trying. Why go halfway? Here at the Alexander Hayes Show, we always go all the way. So with that being said, I think a sport coat, t-shirt, and jeans. I think the t-shirt helps take it a notch down, just in case she doesn't come in like the most dressed up way, or she doesn't like wearing her satin dress with the big heels and everything, and she comes dressed but in a little bit more low-key way, that she doesn't feel like she's dressed down to you, because then she's going to spend the whole night like, oh my god, he looks so good, but like, should I have worn that other dress with the higher heels? Because I don't want to I don't want to not like keep up to his standards. Like, I really want to be here and I want to get to know this guy. So that's where I think the t-shirt comes in to really like help dress you down, but still give you all the sophistication that a sport coat would wear. And that's kind of also why I also recommend jeans. Again, I would say unless you are a rock and roll or rapper, ripped jeans would kind of be an just a nice pair of like dark navy or white, or depending on where you live, but just a nice clean like dressy pair of jeans. And then again on shoes, it kind of depends on preference. Dressy sneaker, half boot, loafer, just kind of that gets into your own personal style. I think, just you really want to get that image of being well put together, but also wearing something that's going to like highlight the most attractive features of yourself. And, if you've gone to the right place, you will get a sport coat that is going to make you look as big as possible up top and as slim as possible here, which just all the way around is a win-win. Now, if you're going to go in a different direction and you're going to be a little bit more casual with the date, you're going to, let's say, meet someone at a bar, you're not trying to make a big deal out of it, it's more casual. At that point, I think, again, I do dressy jeans, probably the same shoes as you would wear with the t-shirt and the sport jacket, and then maybe just do the t-shirt tucked in, or you could do just polo untucked or t-shirt untucked, and that way you're still kind of giving that image, especially since she's probably going to be wearing like a flat jeans and like a blouse, so it just kind of helps keep you even on levels. Is I don't think you ever want to really be too underdressed for her, but I think the right point is to be either slightly more dressed than she is or the same. Because if you show up in a tuxedo, let's be honest, she's just gonna be like, oh my God, this guy is like too much, too aggressive, and we don't want that. We want that like right at where she is, or maybe a little bit above, to have her in her mind being a little bit like, maybe I should have went a little bit more. And plus, who doesn't want to see the girl they're trying to take out, get home, get in a relationship with, whatever you're looking to achieve in this, having that thought of, maybe I should try a little bit harder with what I wear next time. Gentlemen, we're all going to like what we see when she tries a little bit more. So that's kind of my viewpoint on that. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to the first episode of the Alexander Hayes Show. I will plan on dropping these every Thursday. Genuinely speaking, probably somewhere between 5 and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, I really look forward to and want to thank you for joining the channel. And I plan on seeing you, gentlemen and ladies, if you find me entertaining or just thoughtful or intelligent or a good point of view. And, this is why my friends say I ramble. Anyways, thanks for tuning in and look forward to seeing you next week.